It's contaminated.
Bacteria in the water.
The public that uses the ocean.
Contamination. Ear infections, eye infections, health problems.
A lot of styrofoam.
Diapers, plastic bottles everywhere.
I've seen numerous people get
It's
sick.
a pretty dirty place.
What happens upstream results in what happens downstream.
It really is an issue that affects us all.
My name is Paloma Aguirre and I'm the Coastal Conservation Program Coordinator for WILDCOAST, a nonprofit environmental organization that works to preserve and protect marine life and ecosystems. I coordinate the Border Clean Water Campaign. Basically, the Border Clean Water Campaign addresses the issues with the Tijuana River pollution. Over that hill is Tijuana, the city of Tijuana. They have a huge challenge when it comes to immigration. They choose to come to Tijuana looking for jobs. They settle in areas that aren't really supposed to be meant for residential areas, and there's no infrastructure, so there's no sewage collection, there's no trash collection in certain areas. So every year when the rain season starts, it rains, it washes down.
Across the border into the estuary and into the ocean. The estuary itself is one of the largest remaining salt marshes in Southern California. I've looked at a whole wide variety of contaminants in the watershed, in the estuary, and in the ocean. Most recently, we've looked at viruses after it rains near the Tijuana River mouth and also at Imperial Beach where people swim and surf.
The water quality is so dirty, and like we have to deal with the bags of trash floating in the water and the stuff that washes up on the beach.
I would say the chance of getting infected by the particular viruses we were looking at is fairly high. It's probably a 10% chance.
The problem, I think, that we've seen here in the community is not knowing about the problem or just apathy, because they've lived so long with the problem that they just have habituated to it.
Who has heard about Imperial Beach having problems? Okay. As you can see, the green area in this map is called a watershed. Who can tell me what the red line is right there? The border. Exactly. So it's the border. It runs right across one single watershed. How can you help solve this problem? You can get involved. You can become a volunteer. Just yesterday, I was speaking with Council President Ben Hueso. He's your representative.
It's important that people in the community communicate with their elected officials, especially in a community like mine where we don't really get a lot of input from our community.
Council President Hueso, members of the City Council. I'm Tony Heinrich, the Director of the Stormwater Department, and assisting me with today's presentation is Tim Graham, Senior Public Information.
This did not need to happen.
In the valley is an emergency that will require immediate action.
Help avoid the flooding.
And the quality of that stormwater is really a public health threat.
For 6 years now, this has been going on.
You have to clean the pilot channel, and you've got a very small window of opportunity to do it. And once you clean that channel, that allows the estuary to not get filled up with sediment.
I feel there's a different administration, different leadership, that they're going to put a focus on the environment. Hopefully, we could work on some appropriations to help the long-term cleanup.
This country has an incredible opportunity for people to make change, but most people don't think they can. They think they're a special interest, they think, it's all money. But I'll tell you, individual action, especially when combined with others, has an enormous impact. If the people decide to get involved, change can happen.
is our first flush cleanup, so trying to get everything out of here that would get carried by the currents in the stormwater with the first rain.
Right behind us where we're standing is the main channel. There was so much trash in that channel. It was probably 15, 20 feet wide, 15, 20 feet deep, and that should never have happened.
We heard that there was going to be a ton of trash here, so I just thought this was a great opportunity to come and like really make a difference. There's a lot of styrofoam, like more than anything there's that. There are a ton of tires, there's little like child's like shoes and
bottles and scraps, a lot of stuff.
We were talking about the severity, and I wanted to come down and see for myself and really actually get my hands dirty and
see how an event like this not only brings people together but really educates people. You can read about it as much as you can in books, but it really won't compute until you actually come out and see it in person.
And I've filled 3 huge bags of trash with styrofoam, and there's so much and I haven't even moved. I'm hoping that my small bag will make a big difference.
Found shoes, found toys. We found a lot of bottles. I found a oil bucket over there and then some huge containers of oil too. When we got here, it looked like nasty. That was just maybe like some little areas like clogged with trash, not like everything full of trash. You couldn't even walk with all the trash, but now it's like a little bit more clear. It starts little by little. Like if I do it by myself, maybe I'll find a friend next time. I'll find another friend, and then it gets bigger and bigger just by one person at the beginning. And it's eventually gonna lead to us seeing a better place right here.
Yeah, all the people that came out today, probably over 300 volunteers from all across San Diego. Where we had Navy guys, a bunch of students, high school students, university students, ranchers here from the River Valley, surfers were here, everyone chipping in. And you know, our elected officials see it, and they know that they have to pick up where the community volunteers left off. Stop the trash at the border, work on the other side upstream in Tijuana to increase trash collection, sewage collection, because everything's connected in that process. And our environment has no borders, and neither does this pollution.
It is one region, it's one estuary, it's one ecosystem, and therefore we have to find a solution to the pollution as one region, one watershed, one community.